Hi guitar players, my name is Josh Snodgrass, and today I'm going to show you how to play some rolling arpeggios on the guitar. I think that these are kind of probably the core of my sound as a fingerstyle guitarist. I just do some form of rolling arpeggios a lot. And so first, I've got on my website a PDF file you can go and download, and this will help you. This has all the examples that we're doing today. And there's a link in the description below where you can download that for free. And we're also going to use a drop D capo that leaves this top string open. And I have a video where I show, where we talk more about this, but it leaves that top string open there. And if you don't have one, you can always just put your normal capo on from the bottom, covering all but the top string and the second fret. But I'm going to use this like this because it's easier. So using this drop D capo, and so we're going to start with the first example in the PDF there. And this pattern is something that ends up in my music sometimes, both the chord progression and the picking pattern. The picking pattern, a lot of times, you'll hear this a lot if you listen to a lot of my music. You'll hear, maybe between verses or in an intro, or some form of it will even be in the middle of, just in the middle of me playing the melody. So here I'm going to show you how this works. And basically what I'm doing here is just kind of running up and down on the strings of the chords here to kind of create it so there's a note playing most of the time, or I'm picking a note most of the time. So I'm dealing with 8 notes here. In the second example I want to share, I'm going to use the same picking pattern, but this time I'm going to do it over some of my favorite chords. This is just kind of a little bonus thing here that these chords they're not that hard to play, but I think they sound really beautiful. So what I do is I put my 4th finger right there, and you can look on the tab and see that's the 4th fret on the D string, and then my 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string. And so then I just do the same picking pattern. The right hand is doing almost the exact same thing. So it goes like this. That's a G. This is the B minor form here. And then that's the A. And so you see these 2 fingers, they just stay there the whole time. So we just got the G, I'm sorry, the D chord, the G chord, the B minor, and then the A. And those all have, they're variations of those chords, but I think they're really neat. I put those in several songs. The final example here is how to use this picking pattern, just a slight variation of it in a song. And this is a piece of When I Surveyed the Wondrous Cross. And if you look at this, it's very similar to the picking pattern that I play just over the chords, except this has the melody built in. And so with the melody built in, there's a few points where we have to play 2 notes at once. When I was playing the arpeggios, I'm only ever playing 1 note at a time, and so you could do that with a pick without even using your fingers if you wanted to. But with this last example, you wouldn't be able to do that because, the first note there is playing the open D string and then also the 3rd fret of the B string. And so it goes like this. Alright, and so that's just kind of an easy example of how I use that basic picking pattern, just slightly altered to include the melody of that song. And if you want to download the rest of that song, it's at my website in the tab section. That song's really neat because it ends with this harmonic section that goes like this. And it goes on through the melody there, just using harmonics. So that's a fun ending, a fun thing to work on. All right, well, I hope this has been helpful. I am going to be releasing a PDF book in about a week or so. It may already be out by the time you're watching this. But I'm going to be doing a book of Christmas songs, about 10 Christmas songs. Some simple, some of them are simpler than others, but simple fingerstyle guitar songs where you can learn to play some of the songs that are on my channel. So thank you so much. God bless. Bye.